SMOG began when religious excitement began to abound in the land. A young man with a spark of imagination and determined to have a good grade was watching a montage of Ron Swanson's best moments. Oh, how indecent. Shut the door if you're going to be on the toilet while being on your phone. Inspiration struck. With his iPhone, whatever, he began furiously typing out the foliage and how it would function. And thus, SMOG was born. Wait, no, that's the dragon SMOG. No, this is a totally different SMOG. No, I don't care what the editor or the research said. This is not the SMOG. Wait, why are we in LA? What's with the clouds? No, they didn't. No, I am not talking about smog of the air. This is ridiculous. What is wrong with our...
The first key moment was attaining the first member, Maxwell Maximus Maximus. The second key moment was the rise of peyotism.
You look like a snake!
Peyotism, unveiling its ugly face, sought to enslave the land with chicky nuggies and chalky milk. The third key event to counter peyotism was to build an alliance with Faux Waffle, a fellow Fauxligian, to counter this evil threat.
The origin of SMOG begins with a singular idea that greatness can be achieved. When this Fauxligion was started, based mostly on my character and ideals, I was uncertain of how it would function. However, as I have been more involved with the group's activities and rituals, I find it to be a delightful experience, mostly because I motivate people with money, fear, and hunger. There isn't a sadness that can't be cured with breakfast food, also dark-haired pretty women.
Tammy and I don't work. We are oil and water, or oil and TNT and C4 and a detonator and a butane torch.
Oh, nice shot!
Right in Clarence's ancient junk.
Oh! In the...
My name is Dr. Maple, and I will be discussing gender and religiosity. Women are more likely to be religious than men. Stark claims that men have an underdeveloped ability to inhibit their impulses, especially those involved with immediate gratification and thrills, and religion doesn't tend to have a lot of that. It is usually the more long-term rewards and spiritual gratification, and men who crave the rewards of their risky behavior may conceive rejecting religion and its beliefs to be risk-taking. You may ask, however, why SMOG has a higher male-to-female ratio? The answer is simple. The core values and beliefs of this religion are simply unappealing to the majority of the female population. This can also explain why the number population of this religion is so low. Men already are less likely to be affiliated with religion because of the low risk factor it involves. And let's be honest, not a lot of females want to join a religion that is focused and teaches principles such as embracing nature, valuing privacy, getting to the point, keeping your cool, and filtering your emotions. Yeah, that's the opposite of what a woman likes. But this religion was able to gain its membership, even though it may be small, because there are men who are just as interested in joining a religion as females are, but just at a lower rate. Maybe if this religion were to open its teachings to a more broader perspective, let's say having knitting hours twice a week, then maybe they could have an increase in membership as they're able to recruit more women.
You've fallen into a classic trap, Christopher. Trying to fix a woman's problems instead of just listening to what they are.
Hi, I'm the expert. I'm going to be talking about charismatic authority. Many wonder what sort of legitimate authority Ron Swanson has in order to have a whole religion based off of him and his ideals. I also wonder that same question. It's his charismatic character. Weber describes this as an uncommon devotion to the sanctity and impressive character of an individual and to the dispositions openly enacted by that person, or in other words, it's Ron Swanson's charismatic authority that draws his members to the SMOG religion. He is believed to demonstrate the important life values, such as having breakfast at all times and to always encourage this way of living. Another example is his ability to be the best at self-defense. He also focuses on teaching his members to always be prepared and ready to defend. Lastly, the love he holds for nature and being the ultimate outdoorsman is another way in which his followers seek to find the same peace and joy and to trust him to be the most legitimate leader. His devotion to the teachings and values of this religion are deeply rooted in his day-to-day life, giving example to the members of how they should live theirs as well. However, if his charismatic authority were to somehow vanish, because it is possible, then he may lose his devoted followers to someone who holds more wisdom, love for nature, silence, and commitment to the sanctity of his teachings, as he may be no longer viewed as a legitimate leader. But let's face it, that'll never happen.
Can I help you?
Maybe. I was out at the jazz club last night, scouting bands for the Unity concert, and I saw something very interesting.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and continue talking with members of SMOG. Today I meet with Tom Lumber. Tom, it is fantastic to meet with you today. So today we wanted to talk about religious violence. People view your guys' methods as a little bit more aggressive than other religions. What are your thoughts on religious violence, and do you guys have any preconceptions against certain people or things that you guys want to mention? No, I would not say we are violent. I would say that we consider other people wimpy than we are. We here at SMOG cherish life. We love fishing. We love all these kind of things. And when you look at terms of religious violence, these people have hard times at home. Sometimes they have hard times in life. But us, no, we spend our lovely time with breakfast food, brunettes, and other amazing things. Things that we do have precepts towards against are skim milk, yogurt, women named Tammy, those can leave. And just, I don't know, little green gremlins and potatoes that try to be what they're not. So, in general, no, I would not say that we are a violent people.
Veganism is the sad result of a morally corrupt mind. Reconsider your life.
And to continue our coverage of SMOG and the religion, give you guys a sneak peek of what it's like for members inside, we're meeting with Earl Johnson today. Now, Earl, you're one of the more founding members of the religion, and we saw that you guys are going pretty strong for the next little bit, and then you guys joined Falafel. You guys joined your sister religion that loved waffles and that kind of stuff. Now, were you guys scared of inactive members? Were you guys scared of your numbers? Or what's your comment on this kind of question? Were you guys afraid? Thank you, son. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you and your viewers today. The first thing I'd like to bring up is members of SMOG, never fear. We are never afraid. We do things with heart, manliness, and guns. We merely saw a chance to make life a little bit easier for us with Falafel. We saw that they wanted to make food, they wanted to talk, they wanted to socialize with us. Meanwhile, we just wanted to eat. They also wanted our eggs, sausage, and bacon. Religions join together when they both see their downfalls, and if with this combination and mixtures of doctrine, they can come together with better membership. We are already perfect. We do not need them and their teachings. They needed us and our bacon. Nothing more and nothing less.
I have tolerated Leslie's pro-government ways because her annoying kindness and generosity sneakily made me like her as a person.
Hey, what's up? I'm Dick Jacobson. I'm a professor of religious studies here at the University of Yonkers. My mom's from Rochester, my dad's from Wisconsin, and my uncle was born in the back alley of a Dunkin' Donuts in Boston.
What?
So we're here today to talk about SMOG, right? So Rodney Stark's theory of the religious marketplace, though controversial, constitutes the mainstream interpretation within our field of how growth and tension with society affect new religions. In most newly founded religions, the progression is fairly straightforward. Right? They start out strict with lots of strong beliefs and tension with society. Then over time, they relax some of those stricter beliefs organically. This allows them to move closer to what we call the moderate niche, right? Imagine a bell curve. It's the one right in the middle. It's that level of tension or exclusivity that the large proportion of people generally tend to want. If your religion is too strict for too long a time, it can fail to grow and eventually die out of its own accord. SMOG is completely the opposite of this. Their main beliefs involve watching TV and eating breakfast food. How exclusive is that? Exactly. If they were any less strict, they'd be a Montessori school for gerbils or something. It's actually a good idea. Let me write that down. So this is why they added rituals when they merged with Fauxligumentary, right? Because they were already less demanding than the majority of religions, their level of tension relative to most people's preferences was on the low side. By asking members to make a toast to the hunt, SMOG technically became a little more tense and therefore a little more marketable. Plus, they made drinking an essential part of the religion. Genius. Oh, hi. I'm Persistence. Sorry, I was just resetting my chakra with these essential oils. I didn't notice the interview had started. Here today to talk to you all about rituals, my personal area of expertise. Durkheim defines the ritual as the moment that group effervescence is actualized, is physically materialized and represented as a repeated action or undertaking. Isn't that beautiful? And for SMOG, those rituals tended to focus around some of the core aspects of the religion: food and drink. I see members were expected to consume breakfast food, particularly eggs and waffles, two staples, on a weekly basis. This became a ritual to them, and it was incredibly important. Food sustains the bodies that carry us through this earthly life. I just think that that's fantastic. Possibly SMOG's most important ritual, though, was the lifting of the glass in a toast and the bearing of the message to the hunt.
To the hunt. Hear, hear.
You see, the hunt can be metaphorical, right? The hunt can represent things that are tearing you down and weighing on your mind. And for Ron Swanson, for SMOG, it's really important to recognize that a lot of that doesn't really matter. You just need to let it go, man. You know? Focus on the important stuff, like breakfast food and brunettes. God bless brunettes. So SMOG's emphasis on taking the unnecessary away and focusing on ourselves and our relationship to one another and materializing this collective effervescence in the form of reiterating our love for food, well, that's exactly how important rituals are to SMOG. And that emphasis on food has brought my spiritual sister right here to join the religion. You love food, don't you, Lucy? Yeah, she really does. And so should you. That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Duke Silver!